Sports betting brother, and hey, bring it up, and thanks for stopping by. My name is Boyd, and I'm a sports betting market analyst with OddsJam.com, where we teach you how to bet like a pro. What I'm doing today is just my morning ritual is, my morning heuristic, and it's going to be going through the initial offerings that I can see on OddsJam and find on OddsJam. So I want to show you kind of how I process that and just give you an example of what I do. So let's get going. All right, guys, again, it's a little after 6:30 in the morning. I'm usually hitting this closer to 7 a.m. Just because of the timing of when I'm available and up and around. But this is my first stop of the day. I just kind of want to walk you through a typical day, typical scenario. And I come back later in the mornings, around 9:30, 10, because a lot of times you're going to have limit increases, and what that shows me is the books are getting more secure in their prices. And so if I like a price at that time, I'll take advantage of it. If I don't like it, then I'll know that it's probably either going to keep moving or whatnot. So I like to get a jump on it first thing. It kind of establishes, first thing I typically do is I go to the bet tracker to see how I did yesterday and just kind of track out where we are currently. So right now we're up about 588, not too bad for the week here, because this is as of June 1st. Yeah, so here's the breakdown for the week, almost getting a full week, and then it just kind of shows you as you scroll here the other charts and graphs that are, I like to keep track of my CLV. You always want to have this as high as you possibly can. So this is a nice number too. It's almost hitting 6%. Which is a good thing too. So just kind of helps keep track of where you are, different sports books, everything. So it's really, really good to know, really good information to know. So, again, what I do is first stop, I pop by the positive EV page and, open up anything, what I'm targeting, just to kind of try to help you understand how I hunt. This is set on a budget of 5K. So what I'm doing here is the bet size is established for me based on a Kelly criterion of, 1% variance or 1% risk factor over on a 5K budget. So these numbers automatically pop up if you're wondering how I come to knowing what to put on them. So what I typically do is I'll go through here, and I really like when I see an ARB or a mispriced with Pinnacle. So these are attractive to me. Also hitting that 4.27 is nice. The percent edge is nice. So I like the market width as well. This is a nice 22%. So we're going to hit this real quick. This bet, let's save. I'll go to FanDuel, quickly get on my phone. I find that I can move quicker on my phone than I can on the laptop, so I have to scramble and go, get it on my phone, which, by the way, this is another one that's open, so I'll put this one in as well, because the same location. I'm okay with this 3.275 as well. Strikeouts. Market width is a little high, so I think maybe I'll kind of leave that one alone, even though, Keller going up against the Oakland A's, you know what? He's going up against the A's. If that was just off the top of my head, I kind of know the temperature of what I'm looking for, and I know that the A's are just absolutely deplorable. There's probably AAA teams that are better than them right now. So having him go over 7.5, believe it or not a huge stretch, is a good pitcher. And don't mind that at all. So again, I just kind of keep looking for the market width that I like. I like to have this under 30, closer to 0 as possible. So this one down here is actually looking good at, believe it or not, at Rivers. I'll put that one in real quick. So I'm seeing a lot I like. I know you can use this tool with any sport. There's a lot of soccer and tennis in here, sometimes early in the morning, because kind of what's going on around the globe. I don't really care for this plus 190. It's a little bit steep. I know I did the 182 here, but that's kind of even out of my comfort zone. But because I had the market width, and the higher edge, I went ahead and went with it. I do like this. This is a good market width, nice and low at 14. White Sox at BetGM against the Pinnacle. I'll take that all day long. That's a nice bet right there. That's a really good bet. So put that one in. And I'm going to pop over next. What I do, once I get past that 2.5 range, I kind of switch over to the arbitrage page. The arbitrage page, basically what I'm searching for here is any ARB to Pinnacle, except for Bookmaker. Bookmaker is another market making book. They do their own. They're huge. They're probably the little sister to Pinnacle, if anything at all. So they're huge. I don't really want to have those two fighting over each other. But what I will do is take a look at this penny bet over with Bet Openly, so I can go to Bet Openly at -102 and do the total runs over 10 in that game. This is a good one because anytime you can get. Let's see, that was pretty low. I think I'll put in 100. The closer the closer these lines are to 0, I mean, meaning if this is like 125, 130, 135, I'll play it for a little bit more. If it's kind of a coin toss, I'll just do like a flat $100. But you can see here's another ARB. Now this is against Bovada. So again, Pirates against the A's. I don't mind that one as well either. We'll put in $100 on that one. Pirates -1 on the run line. -1 run line means they need to win by 2 or more. If it ends up on 1, it's a push. That's how that works, if you didn't know. Anyway, just kind of scrolling through here, trying to find more Pinnacle. There's that one earlier. This is the one, 82. And again, just scanning it real quick to see if there's anything else I kind of like. I'm going to move on to the low hold page. And this is what I do every morning. I mean, this is just normal. This is kind of how I go through the first wave. And then, I try to jump in and take advantage of the low width, high percentage bets first, get those logged in, and then I'll kind of switch over to do my research and pull up a little bit more information. But I want to hurry up and get these in before they disappear. This one's interesting because you got Superbook, Bet365. Leave that alone. Again, I'm trying to find some ARBs and some pricing mismatches with Pinnacle and Bet Online and Bookmaker, because those are all market making books. Here's an interesting one. I like this. Actually, this says I already got on it. You've already placed this bet. Interesting, right? So I found this one, I believe, on the earlier page, but looking again, if you have low vig Pinnacle, I don't know how Topical got in here, but against Superbook, that's what I'm taking. So I do like this under 8 in the Astros game with Toronto. That's interesting. That's good. So there you go. That's kind of a first round of what I do. Would that take 7 minutes? But that's what I'll do. I'll go back over to the bet tracker, just kind of get a look of what we've got going on initially, and then what I'll do is I'll kind of keep my eye on these games throughout the course of the day, keep my eye on the lines, because what I'm looking for is the CLV, and what that means is give me some examples, and honestly, I've had some bad CLVs, but I've done pretty well as far as the winnings, and you'll see what I'm talking about. That one didn't grade out. Anytime you're red, you typically would rather be green here, because what that means, you got a better price when you bought it, and so the price got better. So in theory, if you'd have waited, you'd have got that better price. So in this case here with the Rangers, I got them at -146. Looks like I placed that at 8:40 in the morning, and it went down a tiny bit. Still able to secure and make money on it. But so you want these green, and so shockingly, the prices have gotten worse, which means I could have got a better price, which sucks. However, I did win the game. So that's encouraging. But if this gets too out of hand, I will hedge it out. Meaning if it goes 15 cents, 20 cents the other direction, then I'll definitely hedge out and get out of that particular wager. But you can see some of the ones that were placed here so far. And that's what I'm going to keep my eye on, is this CLV. So if the odds change dramatically later in the day for whatever reason, but at least I got them in early, got a nice position. And then I can always add to it potentially a little bit later. And so my next rounds, I'll probably check around 9:30. See kind of what's doing after a lot of the sharps jump in early and have jumped in early to see the market changes. So I'll be watching for market price changes. And I use the sportsbook screen here because what I like to do, I'll kind of wrap this up, is next thing what I'll do is kind of keep this on during the course of the day, and I'll be watching the price changes. And what's nice about this is the price changes, what you'll see, are all color coded. And so when this pops up and opens up, all right, you'll see this is all kind of white right now, but what I can do is I can track the line. So for example, let's just pull a random one here, this Marlins Royals game. Circa, if I hit this, it pulls up the history. And what's nice about that is you can see the direction of where this line's going. So it went at 9 hours ago, late at night. It was at minus 160. It's been going the direction of the dog. So that's why that line changed. You can see here these lines, this red and this green. That means there was a price change. So it's moved a tiny bit that direction. This was 223, so that's up to 224. So you can see how these lines can creep and move, but you're seeing them live, and you can track them on the timelines here to see, how long ago it was and the price that it was, and see what direction it's going. So this one, in theory, at this point in time, is gradually, slowly sort of edging back towards the Royals. So kind of just keep my eye on this during the course today. Compare it with news or injury news and lineups, because right now we haven't have any confirmed lineups. We have all assumptive lineups. So we're waiting on that, but I'll be keeping my eye on this for the balance of the day and make adjustments. And it's just sort of how it works. Make money, rinse, repeat. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed.